The Eschweiler Buildings, Promises and Dreams. So many people tell me they've driven past, glimpsed them out of the corner of their eye, and continued on without another thought. From a distance, you cannot appreciate how grandly massive, awe-inspiring, and sadly vandalized these buildings are. Walking up close to them evokes a sense of wonder. How could this have happened? What mysterious curse has kept the beautiful Eschweiler buildings from living and fulfilling the dreams and promises for which they were built? Designed and built by Alexander C. Eschweiler. The C stands for Chadbourne. Grand. This turn-of-the-century architect well earned his acclaim and could boast in life a number of structures now on the National Register of Historic Places. Among them is this hauntingly beautiful red brick building complex he created for the Milwaukee County School of Agriculture and Domestic Economy in 1910. Oddly, though, a mere 6 years later, and after graduating only 215 students, in 1916 the Milwaukee Taxpayers League declared the school was already obsolete, and it closed. Evocative even from a distance, this enormous 5-building complex evokes fantasies of walking onto a movie set, but perhaps not the sort of movie where everyone makes it out alive. The Eschweiler buildings came to life again when they were a sanitarium for tuberculosis patients, but alas, even that tragic enterprise couldn't escape the curse. The location would have been ideal with its open green spaces, rolling hilltop situation, and plenty of fresh air that typified TB sanitaria of the day. It's unknown how many people suffered and died and were perhaps even buried there. After nearly 100 years, the complex still stirs imaginations. Boarded up and with signs of vandalism and the never-ending battle to remove graffiti, many people want to get their hands on this glorious campus. Every few years someone has a grand proposal, but every new wave of interest dies the death of whatever curse may be keeping this movie set come to life from ever again teeming with the promises and dreams for which it was created. Now entirely county property, all but one of the buildings is unoccupied by anyone living. The most enduring function to encompass the entire site is its use as a wildly overdeveloped county dog park. Fido wins the day. The Eschweiler Buildings. Activity Report. Your first view of the Eschweiler Buildings is from a distance. You'll park in the Milwaukee County Park Service office lot and start hiking. The first time you explore the Eschweiler buildings, you may want to go when there's still enough light to negotiate the paths and in order to see the buildings in detail. The structure easiest to see from afar is the administration building. It's on the far side of the center green area. Easily identified by the large word administration above the doorway, this building is the location of numerous mysterious sightings. A woman in white has been seen staring down from a second-floor side window. People say it feels as though they're being watched, even though no one else is around. The feeling they describe is as if the hair on the back of your neck is standing up and you have unexplainable shivers. Any identifying marks as to the original purposes of other buildings largely have been boarded over. There are reports of hacking and coughing sounds from inside these buildings, though, as if they were still a tuberculosis sanitarium and the poor souls were still suffering and dying inside. The one with the greatest number of reports is located to your immediate left as you approach the complex from the parking lot. There are no windows in any of the buildings that are not currently boarded up. During a research investigation, however, one of the windows was unboarded. From it, a Caper Company researcher saw what looked like a face peering down from the second-story side window of the administration building. It was gone in a flash, but it startled her. Unexplained shadows flitted by a window around the back of the same building, and another researcher felt pushed away while investigating. If you're familiar with stories of local hauntings, there are tales of an insane asylum in the area, but don't confuse that structure with the Eschweiler buildings. The building that used to be the asylum is a short drive away, but not part of this campus. The Eschweiler Buildings, your caper. Are you a rough and rugged cross-country person or a dedicated trail master? Before you set out, you'll need to make your choice, but either way, you're going on a trek across an open field fragrant with clover in the summer. To your left, you'll eventually find a trail. Straight in front of you will be cross-country. Take care on the rough terrain, but look up and breathe deeply as you journey closer. These buildings are enticing from a distance, but soon enough, they're looming over you. You may have furry four-legged company on your trek, but invariably they've been happy-go-lucky pups with friendly and sometimes curious owners. Oddly, most I've encountered don't know the history of the buildings you're going to explore. The owners, I mean. The dogs don't really care. Along the way, there will be concrete bunkers and openings into a subterranean world. If you're lucky, clouds of steam will be venting. Walk over and feel how warm it is. Stay in a group, or at least pairs, when you allow your senses free rein all around the buildings. Let intuition and curiosity be your guide. Keep an eye out for shattered glass underfoot, unstable concrete, and some other specific things. Find the abstract sculpture in the quad that seems to be facing the administration building. Mark Overs is still a sculptor in the Milwaukee area, but who's Herman, and what's the dilemma? Near the sculpture, find a sign that claims the school operated until 1928 and informs you that the Eschweiler Buildings, which is incorrectly spelled with 2 L's instead of 1, is on the National Registry. Consider record-keeping then versus now. Wander around all the buildings, including the one being used by county parks for storage. Allow at least one building to call to you. Where you can safely, give in and feel the rough texture of the brick and stone. Allow your hand to rest and be sensitive to whatever may be inside. What physical sensations will you experience? Find the second-story boarded windows on the side of the administration building. Are shades from the past trying to look back at you? Take photos in this area. Select a specific cinder-blocked portico to explore. Will it feel as though these blocked doorways are keeping you out or something in? Stand near one that's safe and listen. If you've got good footing, close your eyes while you listen. Be open to lingering coughs from tuberculosis patients suffering a frigid Wisconsin winter. Judging from the massive fireplace evident on a wall of one building, winter would have held no sway inside. Try to find this building. One delightful aspect of the area is that it's a designated butterfly habitat. If it's time for a break from the abandonment of the Eschweiler Buildings, a brief exploration of the Monarch Way Station and Trail may restore your spirits, unless you're exploring at night. Then, wandering off into the woods could be a bit foolhardy. Oh, and another consideration before you head off to commune with butterflies is the fact that they're symbolic of death and afterlife communication. Perhaps we found another connection with those tuberculosis patients. What magnificent hopes and dreams Alexander C. Eschweiler must have had when his beautiful buildings made the leap from blueprint to Wisconsin prairie. His life's work and reputation was gilded with accomplishment. This particular complex, however, with its sad history, may serve as a reminder, though, that it's not the beauty of the structure, but the strength of the inhabiting ideals that make for promises fulfilled. Pleasant dreams. Copyright 2009 Caper Company Tours, LLC.